Hello and welcome to the All Things Arsenal podcast. We'll be talking about all things Arsenal. And today is a happy podcast because Arsenal have won their first Premier League game of the season. They've scored their very first goal of the season. And just a fantastic feeling having won the game at the weekend. I think there was a lot of nervy Arsenal fans coming into last weekend after losing the first three games. And we were just hoping that we could get off to, just getting lift off really for the season in general by getting 3 points on the board. And we did that. We got 3 points. We got a 1-0 win against Norwich City. And a lot of relief, more than anything. I was really worried about this game. And I wasn't that confident either. I think after the first three games, I think the confidence really was low because it wasn't just the results so much, it was also just how bad the performances were as well. We just didn't show anything. And having seen the game of the weekend, seen the goal, I mean, there was a lot to be positive about. I thought the back line looked really good. Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, Tomiyasu making his debut, Ramsdale making his Premier League debut. So good for those guys to get a clean sheet. That'll give them a lot of confidence. I think they could all work very well as a unit. And I've got to say, very brave of Mikel Arteta to put Ramsdale in ahead of Leno. When you saw the back four, Tomiyasu, Ben White, Gabriel, Tierney, you were thinking, yeah, that's an easy decision to make because really that they probably are our best four defenders in those particular positions. But with regards to picking Ramsdale ahead of Leno, I thought that was a big decision. When I saw the team sheet, I thought, oh, okay, that's, I mean, I've got nothing against Ramsdale. Like, I really like the look of him. I think he's going to be really successful with us. But I was surprised to see Arteta put him in ahead of Leno this early, if I'm being honest. But he did well. He did really well. I mean, he didn't have a lot to do. He did have a a scary moment when he was doing that. He had the ball and kind of tricked the attacking player coming towards him. I think we were all a bit nervous at that point, but pulled it off. It's one of those, if you pull it off, you look brilliant. If you don't, then you look like a fool. But he looked brilliant on this occasion. Kept a clean sheet. That's the second clean sheet for him now because he got a clean sheet as well in the Carabao Cup game. But I really like the look of him. I like the look of our backline as well. I mean, if they can, I think now what we need to do is kind of keep these five players together. I think that's it, because I think in the past, in last season or two, we've kind of chopped and changed the backline quite a lot, and we've been unable to get, chemistry between them. And I think maybe that's why some mistakes have been getting made. But I think if we can keep these players together, playing together week in, week out, I think you will see mistakes happening less, because I think they will be able to kind of, know what the other person's going to do. So really pleased with that. And midfield as well. Maitland-Niles come back into the side. Thought that was a big shout. Lokonga back in the side as well. And midfield looked really good. Odegaard, Pepe, Saka, Aubameyang. They all played quite well, to be fair. I was very pleased. It was a bit of a nervy win. Norwich didn't have much to do, but, 1-0 was never very comfortable, especially with the position that we're in the Premier League. With that win, we do move up to 16th place. We're out the bottom three now, thank goodness. And coming up next, we've got Burnley away, which I watched them the other night against Everton away. And for the majority of the game, they looked quite good. They looked quite compact, defensively organised. What you'd expect from Burnley. What we need to do against Burnley this weekend is we need to play against them at pace. Set the tempo high, pass the ball very quickly, pass with a purpose, cut them open quickly. Because I don't think Burnley liked that. Everton did that the other night. They changed their formation, where they changed their tactics. They did something different where they were going at Burnley a lot more direct, but really fluid, really quick. And Burnley hated that. And they didn't deal with it. They fell apart. Everton scored 3 goals within 7 minutes. And when I've watched Arsenal over the last season and a half, there has been some games where we're passing the ball around. I mean, yeah, we can keep the ball fairly well, but I just look at us sometimes and think we don't pass the ball with a purpose. We're a bit slow, we're a bit sluggish. Passing out from the back takes ages sometimes. So I think if we can, have a quicker pace to our game, pass the ball around with a purpose, and really go at Burnley, I think we'll get a result against Burnley. But we have to approach the game the right way. We have to approach the game with the right mindset. Mikel Arteta has to make the right decisions, and the players have to play well, of course, as we know. And I think we can get a result against Burnley. It's not an easy place to go to, but I think if we approach it with the right attitude, we should get 3 points, and then we'll start to build some momentum for this season. I think what is important as well is actually keeping Ramsdale in the side. It's hard because I like Leno a lot, and I think he's a great keeper, and he has saved our backsides over the last few seasons. He made some really important saves. But I think the way we're trying to play, I just don't feel like he suits the way we're trying to play. I mean, yeah, he can make a good save, but there's been times where he's been a bit of a liability for some of our goals this season. His passing out from the back, his distribution is very questionable at times. Whereas with Ramsdale, he kind of, I feel like he's more safe hands than Leno at the moment. He's younger as well, so there's more opportunity for him to develop into a better goalkeeper. I think giving Ramsdale a bit of a run is imperative to us stepping forward in the right direction. Maybe having Leno in and out of the team might be the best thing to do at the moment. I'm not taking anything away from what Leno's done for us over the time he's been with us. He's been a really good goalkeeper. But I think Ramsdale looks like he's up and coming. Let's just give him a shot at being our keeper. I also looked at the interview after the game from Mikel Arteta. He looks like a man that is relieved and a bit of a changed man as well. He mentioned about the 7 to 10 days have been like the best of his career, and he's learned a lot about himself. And I'm just thinking, I hope that this is the turning point for him. I know I've been a bit negative on my podcast about him and the state of the club, but that's only because I'm only going by what I'm seeing. But as a person, I want Mikel Arteta to do well as a manager. And if we are doing well on the pitch, then I support him. I support him, I support the club, I support the team. I want them to do well. And if this is the turning point for Mikel Arteta, then I'm very happy and I want him to succeed. Another thing that I've seen as well is that Jack Wilshere might be coming back to training with us, might be getting given a contract. And I feel like I'd be open to this, but with some conditions. I don't think we should be giving him a proper contract. I think it should be a pay-as-you-play deal, because as we know as Arsenal fans, he was very injury prone when he was with us, and we can't be giving big wages out to a player that might be out for the majority of the season. We just can't do that. So I'd be more than happy to see Jack Wilshere come back to the club. He loves the club. He knows what it means to play for the Arsenal shirt. He's Arsenal through and through. I would not be against him returning to Arsenal, but we need to give him the right deal, and I'd be more than happy to have him back. Let's see what happens in the next game. Hopefully more goals, hopefully more clean sheets, hopefully more points. And as I said, if we approach the game in the right way this Saturday against Burnley, I do fancy Arsenal to get 3 points. And our focus for the time being should be just to keep climbing up the Premier League table, keep ourselves in the Carabao Cup, and keep going in the right direction. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I'll be looking to release more content in the future. Hopefully more wins, hopefully more points, and hopefully more happy podcasts. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed, liked and commented. And I'll speak to you all very soon. Take care and come on, Arsenal.